everyone, Grace here from All Saint France, and today I wanted to talk about a queen rearing method that so many beekeepers may not think about. So you may want to think about this method and maybe see if it works for you, because not all methods work for some people, but this is a cool method and I wanted to share with everybody, which I have already shared it, but I want to go more into detail. Now this method, I learned it from Greg Burns on Nature's Image Farm. You can go look at the live stream that me and him did. I'd say he mentioned it around 33 through 36 minute mark on the live stream, so you can go check that out, watch it, that little part, and see what you think about the idea. But if you don't really want to go back and watch the live stream, I can just share it here. So what does this method is? What is this method? So basically what it does is what I'll do is I remove the queen along with a frame or two of brood young bees, put it in a nuke, put some food in there, leave it. The old queenless hive will raise a lot of queen cells. All the bees will make how many ever queen cells they want to, right? So I'll let them do that. And then about 48 hours later, I'll come check, see if they made any queen cups. If they did, great. If they didn't, I'll leave it there for another 8 days, come back. And if they have made some queen cells by that time when you come back, about 10 days later, you can take the cells. If you have about 15 cells, I would take 13 and leave the hive 2. So just in case if one of the cells may be bad, the other one will be able to hatch, and then they'll have a virgin queen. The queen will go out and mate, and then the queen will come back. You have made a queen, and then the other queens that are in the cells, before they even hatch, you have 6 days, because it takes 16 days for the queen bee to hatch. So then what you can do is within that 6-day period before they hatch, put them in an incubator, let them hatch in an incubator like JC's method, or you can put them in a mating nuke, get them mated, or you can just sell the queen cell, which is something that many beekeepers will like to do. They're not really that pricey. They're a little cheaper than the queens, because there's a 50-50 chance they will hatch, but a lot of times they will hatch. You just gotta make sure you have good quality queen cells. That's a good thing about buying them already hatched, because you know that they've already hatched. You don't gotta worry about that part. But what is this method? What's the benefit of this method? Well, the bees know what size of larvae they need, right? We just have to look at it and say, okay, this is the one I'm gonna graft out of. But the bees know it. They say, oh, they just know how the size of the larvae, what they need to raise the queens off of. They know what to feed her. They just know everything. They know timing of when the cells need to be made, because we don't know everything that the bees know. The bees know much more. They can do much more than us. So this method gives them a chance to actually do what they know how to do, and then we'll come in at the first step, remove the queen, come back and remove the cells, and that's about it. That's all we got to do. But whenever you're going to use the other methods, there's a lot of things we have to do, like grafting, do all these, remove queens. But with this method, all you gotta do is remove queen and do all that. So it's a real good method for beginners who, it's basically like a split. So split your beehive, and then they'll make how many ever queen cells they want. Come back, take the cells. You can cut them off of the frame like many beekeepers do. Then you can take them and put them in a mating nuke, like I said, sell them, can hatch them in an incubator and sell virgin queens. You can sell mated. There's so many things you can do with queens that I think is one of the best things about beekeeping, that we have a way to be able to raise our own queens, pick from our best stocks, and do that. So pick a hive that you really like, or maybe like a Russian hive, an Italian hive, or a Carniolan hive that you like, and remove the queen, put her in a nuke, make sure you have that mother, because you want to keep that mother. And then the other queens, well, they essentially will be the same as the mother. The daughters should be the same as the mothers. Maybe different depending on what larvae it is. If you put like a Russian larvae in there, then it'll be a Russian. Like me, I removed the Russian queen, and then I put a frame right in the middle of Italian larvae. I didn't really mark the frame, but I just know that's the frame that I used. So they made about 7 queen cells off of that. They're going to, because they have about 7 queen cups on there. So therefore, I can leave 2 Italian, and then the Italian will hatch, and that's the Italian colony, because the larvae will have to be an Italian. But a lot of things depend on drone mating whenever you go into genetics. So that's a future topic to talk about: drones, mating, virgin queens, mated queens, all those differences. But today is about this method. I want to share with you something that can change your perspective of it, and then you could actually go to this method. You may like it better. So what I would suggest for me, everybody out there who's watching, to try different ones. So I'm using this method for the time being. Once the queens are done, I'm going to let the queen mate. I'm going to leave her in there. I'm not going to split them again. I want her to lay some more young bees. I need more young bees in there. Once I have let's say about a month or two of that hive making, I'll probably say about a month, maybe even less, stress for that queen to actually get mated, and also so she will also be able to lay a lot of eggs and have a lot of young bees. So I'd wait about essentially a month, come back, do another split, and do whatever you need to. Or you could just take that little queen that you have in there, put her in a little queen cage and put her in another hive. Keep on, cycling that until the season's over. So that's what it kind of does. And that's kind of the main concept of it. So what things could you do different? That hive that I have, if I could have, left it, put my grafts in there, come back 48 hours, take the grafts, put them in a finisher, leave them 8 days. And that's all to it. That's the starter loan to finisher loan method. And it's a real simple method. Sometimes people kind of think too much, and that's kind of what I did. I was thinking, oh, this sounds too hard. But it's actually not. So just think about it for a second, and you'll get the idea of a starter loan to finisher loan. But this method is let the bees do the work. The bees know more than we do, essentially. So try that method out. And once you're done with that method, if you like it, keep on doing it. If you think, oh, this is not for me, I want more faster approaches. I want to be able to cycle through things pretty quick. I want to cycle through my starter quicker. So that's the starter loan to finisher loan is a great method. So say you don't want to wait those 10 days for that hive to make all those queen cells. You want to have that starter at 48 hours and come back and put more grafts and cycle. You can also have multiple finishers. What you could do is you could have one starter and you could probably have 3 finishers. It's something to think about. You can have multiple finishers because essentially all it is 2 deeps. One deep has the queen, everything in it. Second deep has everything in it. Put a queen excluder between the both. Put your grafts on the top, and after that, what happens is the bees will, because somebody started those cells, they're going to have to come back up and finish them. So that's just what they do. But I wanted to share with you a simple method. Let the bees do the work. Come back about 10 days later, remove the cells, and do whatever you want with them. Something simple, basic method. I hope you found some kind of info out of that. If this is your first time ever thinking about this method, please let me know in the comment section below. That will let me know that I may have taught you something. Because I learned this from Greg Burns from Nature's Image Farm, so credit him on that. But thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy. You found some kind of info out of this video. Please consider giving me a thumbs up. That helps me a lot. And if you're new here, please subscribe. But if you're a loyal subscriber who comes back for each video, I appreciate you as well. Well, guys, without further ado, thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you on the next beekeeping video.